You should avoid laziness, which means that you should avoid giving in too easily.
The touch of the fingertip in the water's flow channels a feeling deep inside.
Because body and mind is really connected together.
The most difficult answer needs the most simple solution.
Sawadee. Welcome to Meditation for All program. My name is Joy Vanichagun, and I will be guiding you through this session today. In today's Buddhist concept, Venerable Nicholas Thanisaro will be teaching on transforming knowledge into skills. There are several advices which can be brought into our lives. The most important thing is you need to be confident in what you are doing. You also need to be physically fit in order to apply it perfectly. It is said that laziness could be harmful to yourself, so you should avoid it if you want to master your skills. Lastly, he will teach us about how to develop true wisdom into ourselves.
Some people might say that to create war slogans is very creative because not many people can do that. But if the slogans are simply going to encourage people to go to war, then obviously this is not what we would call artfulness in application. Although it's a skill, but it's not an artful skill, because the more you do of it, the more destruction will take place in the world. Fourth thing is that it should not lead to sensual obsessions. There was one girl who came asking for my advice about whether the thing which she was particularly skilled in, which was fashion modeling, was something which was right livelihood or not. Because normally right livelihood only extends to things like selling alcohol or selling poisons or weapons or selling animals to the abattoir or human slavery, which are obviously things to be avoided. But she said, well, fashion modeling, there should be no harm in that. But if you look more deeply, it's not exactly artful because it leads people to become obsessed with things which are not, they shouldn't be high priorities in our life. Instead of clothing being something which is to protect us against the heat and the cold, to be practical, they become something which is simply to tempt others or to lead people to be more interested in dressing themselves up rather than doing more useful things with their life. The whole of the fashion business is never still. It always has to have something new, something more progressive than before. And you ask, well, where is it leading? It's not leading to anything, but it just generates money for a certain group of people. So if it leads to sensual obsessions, then although you might say it's creative, but it's not within the definition of artfulness in application. And the same thing goes for ill will. If you say that, let us say a person is good at boxing, you may say, well, it's an Olympic sport these days. There should be no harm in that. It helps people to train themselves to be fitter. But if you ask what happens as a result of it, then a person needs to be angry in order to really hit the other person hard. If one boxer doesn't hate the other boxer, then he can never have a very good fight with them. So this is why certain so-called sports, whether it be fighting chickens or fighting even Siamese fighting fish, or boxing where you are harming the other person or there is harm between the animals which are fighting, it's not something which we consider skillful, even though you may say there's skill in it, but it's not wholesome skills. And the same leads for aggression. If you can play sports, but if the sports lead to violence as well, whether it's violence between football supporters or between fans of particular concerts or something like that, then it comes to a point where it's no longer skillful anymore. So you can learn any skill. It's said to be a blessing if it comes within the criteria, these 6 criteria. Well, if it's hooligans, then it's not skillful. But for sports or entertainment in general, the Buddha didn't prohibit it as long as it is not done to excess. So if a person is more interested in entertainment or in watching the football than they are in doing their job, then it becomes a problem. But there's always a risk in every sort of sport. And you can say that it trains people to learn team skills and to be physically fit. There's not normally any harm in it. It's not like, let us say, being a stuntman or where it's or bungee jumping, where there's a lot more risks involved. Yeah, but not many people die of it. But if you think about valuing your life, then you would be better to find a more gentle way to keep yourself fit. There are certain suggestions which you can use, supposing you have just theoretical knowledge about something and you want to transform it into practical knowledge. Then there are several pieces of advice which you can use. First is that you need to believe in what you're doing. If you cannot reach the point where you have confidence in applying your skill, then normally you would be better doing something else which you are more confident in. Especially coming back to the example of the doctor doing surgery, he needs to have confidence in what he's doing. If he doesn't have enough knowledge to be confident, then he may be a danger to the patient. And he might be better to do something which he really believes in, which he enjoys doing, rather than doing something where he has a doubt about his knowledge. Because there are many sorts of knowledge where to know, to have incomplete knowledge may be actually more damage than knowing nothing at all. For a doctor, this is especially the case. If a doctor doesn't know about the side effects of some medicines and he prescribes medicines together, then it may create more problems for the patient than if they didn't take the medicine in the first place. So to have complete knowledge to the point you have confidence, this is the best starting point in application of one's skills. The second thing is that you need to safeguard your health. If you are not physically well, then it's hard to learn any skill to the point of fluency. The third thing is to get down to doing the skill rather than wasting time boasting or being arrogant about how much you already know. If you are learning a skill, you should be a person who practices and doesn't waste time boasting about what they do. This is especially the case for people who are new to meditation, that they really need to spend time meditating and not just spending time comparing their experiences with others or boasting about their experiences. In fact, it can be a big obstacle to people's progress, especially the sort of people who like to boast about weird experiences which they have had. This can be a big distraction, not just for themselves, but also for the other people who might listen to them as well. You should avoid laziness, which means that you should avoid giving in too easily, especially before you have mastered a skill. And cultivating wisdom normally means learning the practical aspects of any knowledge. Sometimes you may have training in a particular sort of knowledge, but if you can apply that to other situations, this is when the true wisdom develops. For example, a person who maybe learned about assembling a car engine may be able to use their skills to mend a lock. If they can apply one to another, then this is where the true wisdom comes in. It's when the skills become transferable from one situation to another. For this, our teacher, the Venerable Tachi, was a very good example because he received his training in science, but he manages to apply the wisdom of what he learned from science into many different fields. There's hardly any sort of duty in the temple which he has not had some influence on, whether it be the accounting for the temple or the writing of books or designing of ceremonies. He uses his skills by applying the wisdom of the skills to different things. With any skill, it's important to ask yourself, what is the main point of what you're doing? Where does the point of quality lie in what you are doing? And then if you can conclude that, then you know what you are aiming for and what you are trying to do.
Focusing on the stream of water flowing out into the bowl during the chanting of the monk will bring us peaceful concentration. The top of the finger and the water slowly flowing out will soften our mind, and the mind will then be ready for making wishes. Finally, wishing water must be poured into the earth that will trickle down to the life of all living beings on the planet.
Wonderful wishing water. A simple vessel or bowl pours a stream of water in conclusion to a meritorious deed, to the accompaniment of the resonant chanting of monks. The pourer makes a wish as the water gushes out into the bowl. The most important part of making the wish is the water itself, the stream of water which focuses one's concentration. The touch of the fingertip in the water's flow channels a feeling deep inside, and all are combined in a moment of concentration while the wish is in the making. It is believed that the wishing water must finally be poured into the earth, into a pot of plants, or at the foot of a tree, with the additional wish that the water may nourish the life of all living beings on the planet. The wishing water helps nourish the life of all living beings on earth.
Today in the meditation session with Venerable Somsak Piyasiro, he discussed that meditation is commonly found in all levels of society of Asian world. Meditation will guide the people who practice gain peace and happiness. Meditation is an important key to happiness which everybody in the world is looking for. Remember to make yourself a comfortable sitting position. Keep your back straight, relax your whole body, and then you can find your inner peace.
Welcome everyone to this meditation session. Meditation is the philosophy belonging to the world of the Oriental. In the Oriental, meditation is so commonly found in all levels of the society. It is not only the theoretical part, but meditation also guides the one who practices it to gain peace and happiness inside as the fruit of meditation. Everyone in this world, I believe, desires for happiness, and meditation is the key and the answer of reaching happiness that we all look for. Now, let's start practicing meditation. The first thing is to choose your sitting position. You might not be able to sit in lotus position like I am doing now. That is fine for beginners. As a beginner, you might choose the comfortable corner of your room. Choose your own chair that you like. You might sit on the cushion, or if you have a little pillow to support your lotus position, that would be great. But the important thing is your back should be kept straight to prevent from the pain in the back. Now let's try meditation together. So we close our eyes so softly. Don't press the eyelids. Just let them close so softly and gently. You can breathe normally, like you normally do. Nothing is so special about it. Let all parts of the body to get relaxed. All parts of the body. From head, make sure all the muscles around the head is thoroughly relaxed. Let go all the tensions around small muscles around the eyes. Loosen the tension at the two eyebrows. Let flow of relaxation stream down to cover all parts of the body. Downward, downward, relaxed and relaxed. Down to the end of the feet. Our entire body is now relaxed, even though it is little by little. The stream of relaxation is now covering our physical body, affecting our mind to be relaxed too, because body and mind is really connected together. Follow your in-breath, and you get to know that there would be a turning point of the in-breath. The turning point here inside the abdomen. This is what we call the turning point. Scientists might discover this center point as the point of the center of gravity. This is commonly known by the Lord Buddha's teaching. He has the term, the middle way. Lord Buddha teaches about the middle way, which is the unique teaching and really practical. Middle way lies in the center of the abdomen. Also, the late Abbot Luang Po Wat Pak Nam, who is the greatest meditation master, discovered that center point in his meditation as well. So he has got the term, the center of the body. No matter what term we might use, the turning point, the center of the body, the center of gravity, or even the middle path of the Lord Buddha, they all belong to the same spot inside the abdomen, right in the center of our body. This is where our mind is staying. So welcome the mind into the center of the body altogether. The awareness arises immediately, but with relaxation in the center of the body. In the Thai language, we call sabai sabai. Sabai in Thai means relax. So we do this with full relaxation. Relaxation and the feeling at the center are tightly connected together. The more you are relaxed, the more you get to the center. And the more you get to the center, the more you get relaxed. So two qualities will unite as one at the center of the body. It is also the center of the mind. Let's make a little mark at this center point by imagining, visualizing a tiny sparkling star to appear peacefully at the center point. In the center of the body, the turning point is shining with the brightness of that shining star. It could be sparkling, shining, glittering, whatever. But that is the landmark of that turning point. The mind is now blending well with the shining star. The star blends with the mind. The mind blends with the star. The mind is shining bright as a bright spot at the turning point. So keep reminding your mind to blend, to stay at this shining bright spot in the center of the body. The shining star in the center creates peace of mind. Peace and happiness arise from inside. So peace of the world is not from outside, but inside out. We are the first person to try the taste of the peace of mind at the easy turning point of your breath. The turning point is bright, peaceful, and happy. Let's share this peace and happiness to the world. Let's wish that the world one day will get to know this secret of turning point, the secret of peace and happiness, and then expand the feeling of peace, the light of peace to all mankind and all living creatures of the world. May the world live in peace together.
at the center of all things is you. Peace and joy with love and your happiness. Light a candle bright inside of you, and it too will light the next one, and the next one, and the next millions of candles will brighten up the whole world. In this world, we know there is hatred, greed and hunger, and suffering. To be free, free from all of these things, remember that the one place peace can be found is within. Now we'll join together and make it happen. Let's make the world at peace through meditation. Now we'll join together and make it happen. Let's make the world at peace through meditation. Now we'll join together and make it happen. Let's make the world at peace through meditation. From now on, may the bright light of peace at the center of each of you be a beacon for the true and everlasting peace. Let's make the world at peace through meditation. Now we join together and make it happen. Let's make the world at peace through meditation.
Today, we will come to Suan Pa Himawan, the meditation retreat center, with an interview of the famous Hollywood music director from United States, Mr. Howard McCurry, the talented music producer who deeply fell in love with meditation with his inner peace. He had mentioned that he could not go for a single day without doing it. He said that our body is the hardware, but the center of our body is the software, and we need to learn how to deal with it. He used the Dhammakaya meditation method for practicing his inner peace. He was saying that this way of meditation will teach you to know how to focus your mind, how to visualize, and how to have an awareness of the light inside you. He also shares his knowledge for his great master, which said that the hardest question needs the simplest solution. And what is the simplest solution? The answer is just close your eyes and meditate.
Swadika. Welcome to Suan Pa Himawan, the Midway Meditation Retreat program in Leh Province. My name is Jantipa Vanishikun. I'll be your host today. The objective of today's session is to introduce our audience the Midway Meditation Retreat program and some people who have been spending some time at the meditation center in Leh. We have the opportunity during our session to interview each sessions and some of the people who have had the opportunity of spending some time at the meditation center in northeastern Thailand. Today we have Mr. Howard McCurry. He's the music director from USA. He will share with you his experience during his meditation retreat. สวัสดีค่ะ
ส
Sawadee Kap, June. It's a pleasure to be with you today.
My pleasure too. Can you tell us a bit about your background?
Well, I come from the United States. I've been living in Los Angeles for the past 30 years, and now I'm living in Hong Kong. And I am enjoying being a musical director there, and also entertainer and recording producer.
How did you find out about this meditation retreat program?
Well, a very dear friend of mine, Miss Ivy Chan, spoke of this middle way about a year ago, and the opportunity came this December 25th to join this retreat. And so I accepted the invitation, and here I am.
Okay, and how many years that you've been interested in meditation?
June, I'm going into my second year of meditation. But it's not the first time. A long time ago, I think when you were a little girl, I tried this one meditation. I think it was called Transcendental Meditation or something like that. But it was just for a time, just maybe 2 or 3 months. But I found that meditating the middle way, the Dhammakaya way, has been more lasting and just so fulfilling for my life, so much to where I cannot go a day without meditation.
You cannot go a day without meditation.
No
it's
way.
great to hear that. What is your interest to bring you to, what, did you want to start a meditation?
Well, it was really through the Dhammakaya temple that I was introduced to this way of meditation, which is, I had an invitation to come to Dhammakaya temple through Kun Mam Rasaderi, and she introduced me to Long Po.
Long Po.
Yes. I didn't realize that I had waited all my life to meet him. But when I met him, and he said, "Howard, I want you to meditate every day." And I said, "Yes, Long Po." And then he and his Long Peace taught me how to meditate. It's so wonderful. I don't want to stop.
You don't want to stop. Okay. And, but what is it different than the meditation you have been practiced before, right, in the old time, right?
Yes. It was never about the center of your body. No. It was like something with they said the mind was up here, but the mind is not here. The mind is here. Mm-hmm. The brain is here. And I like what Long P. Bjorn says. He says that this is the hardware, but this is the software.
This is the software, that is hardware. Okay, I have to remember that for myself.
Beautiful? I mean, when he said that, I said, "Oh yeah, that," and of course that comes from Long Po. Mm-hmm. You know, everything that the monks teach comes from Long Po. Mm-hmm. All Long Po's teachings, and to think that when you die, the brain is still there, so that's the hardware. It's the software that still lives.
Mm-hmm. It means you have to take the software with you wherever you are.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay. And have you been to the meditation center here before?
This is my first time. Now, I have to admit, I was a little bit reluctant because I'd rather be working in the studio or singing on a stage, you know, and to be in the outdoors, you know. But this environment, once I got here, it's so beautiful. It's like being away from it all in paradise, where you can totally focus on your meditation. And that's what's making all the difference, you know, is because in the city, like where I live now, Hong Kong, hustle, bustle, cars, you know, just, you know, red lights, green lights, you know, and the offices and schedules, agenda, and things like this. And so it's, you know, you have to take time out to meditate, even if it's like 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. But here, in this serene beauty, you can meditate and you hear sounds all over around. The sounds of nature.
Okay, and you said you're from USA, you're American, but now you live in Hong Kong. What are you doing in Hong Kong?
Well, I'm singing and producing records with a new record company that I joined there, and we're producing music from around the world.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I have heard about your music before, and I love what you sing. I heard of the song is "If You Truly Want a World Peace." I love that song.
Oh, thank you.
Every time I heard that song, I keep my eyes closed and just let my mind drifting along with your word, your music. It's very wonderful.
Oh, kakunka.
Okay.
But I have to tell you, June, I'm not responsible for that song. Once again, it's the words of Long Po.
It's the word of Long Po.
He describes things in such a way where it's like a beautiful tree with fruit. And all you have to do is just pick the fruit and put it in the chalice. But the fruit is already there because it's his words. Not one word of that song did I write. All Long Po's words. So when the music came to complement the beautiful words, the music flowed in just the moment that it came. It took me honestly about less than 10 minutes to write that song because I didn't write it. The song came through me. But once again, June, it's through meditation.
With the meditation.
Out of my meditation, I was able to bring that song forth. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
It's this benefit of meditation.
Yes.
Okay, maybe when you say that, maybe people will be interested that how to know about how you meditate. Maybe you can share the techniques you use during your meditation, because in order to get your all the work to come out very beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I can say this one thing about the Dhammakaya method of meditation. I am a Christian, and I find that the Dhammakaya method, you could be a Christian, you could be a Buddhist, you could be Jewish, you could be Islamic, you could be Baha'i, you could be anything, you could be Mormon. It doesn't matter what religion you are, because it's not about the religion, it's about you. It's about your center. So everyone, Long Po says, has the sun inside.
Everyone have the sun inside.
Everyone. Just everyone doesn't know it. And what the Dhammakaya method teaches you is how to focus, how to see, how to visualize, how to have an awareness of that sun and that light inside. And it's like in the song, it says, gently close your eyes and see the sun inside. In the center of your body, shining clear and bright. It's that easy. You know, something that Long Pi Ban Bjorn said last night, and when he said this, everybody in the room went, you know, because it was a truth that Long Po was asked, you know, by these people who have the Nobel Peace Prize, you know, the summit of Geneva or wherever, Sweden or whatever, there's somewhere in Europe, right? Okay. This lady said, what can you contribute to world peace? He said, how can you stop all the war? How can you do this? You know, you're a holy man. How can you stop the war? How can you stop all the atrocities and the pain that is going forth? Of course we know the world is filled with pain and atrocities and war, conflict and all of these things. But you know what his answer was? Long Po said this, and this is what just blew us away last night. Yeah. That's why I love this retreat. I never would have gotten this had I not come here.
I just thank you, Mr. Ivy, for invitation.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you. Where's Ivy? Thank you, Ivy. It's true. The thing that he said was, the most difficult answer needs the most simple solution. Is that amazing? The hardest answer, the hardest question, the hardest question needs the most simple solution. The hardest question. And the hardest question is, how can we have world peace? And it's a simple solution. Close your eyes and see the sun inside. Meditate.
It's like people overlook on the little simple thing.
Oh, yes. Do you have any idea of how much war costs? Millions, billions, possibly trillions of dollars, especially if it doesn't stop. Mm-hmm. But think, if we can just invite everyone to meditate, that is the answer. That is the answer.
I mean, what you're saying is like meditation can bring world peace to people.
Oh, absolutely. I believe this. You see, because if an individual, if a being, if a soul, if a person does not have inner peace, how can you have peace in the world? You must have inner peace to have peace in the outer world. And the way to inner peace is the journey to joy, meditation.
It means just close your eye, just feel the sun inside. It's a technique that you use during your meditation.
Oh, yes. But if you really want it in detail, you got to come to the middle way.
Okay. So maybe you want to join with Mr. Howard too.
Absolutely. The monks here are so highly trained, and they give you such a feeling of comfort when they teach you and they instruct you in the meditation. And they don't leave out one detail. And so when you come to the middle way, you leave here knowing exactly how to meditate. And many things that I've learned here, I'm going to take back to Hong Kong with me. And that is going to make the difference in so many lives.
Okay, may I rejoice your marriage.
Thank you, Satu.
Maybe you can share your experience during your meditation. Maybe people want to know about your experience, about your inner peace.
Oh, yes. Well, before I started meditating and started my meditation, I had so many problems. Oh, financial problems, family problems, domestic problems, employment problems, creation problems, blocks, worries, frustrations, anxiety, depression, all these things, stress, all this. But what happened to me when I started applying the Dhammakaya method of meditation, which is the reason why it's so different, and there's many, many forms of meditation, and all meditation is good. It is, you know. The thing that's so different about the Dhammakaya meditation, it's a technique and a method that has been lost for 2,500 years since the Lord Buddha was on earth. And this has been rediscovered since then.
You said this is original.
Original. It's the original method of meditation. That's what makes it so different. You know, there's many forms, but when you try this one, just think, the one method that was indoctrinated by the Lord Buddha himself, you are doing it the same exact way. And that's what makes the difference.
And it's how you feel to be a part of the original thing like this.
I feel just wonderful. And in fact, when I apply this and I practice it, and on a daily basis, because Long Poster, that's the key is doing it every day.
Every day. And how long you have to keep practicing every day?
Well, first I started 10, 15 minutes a day. I enjoyed it so much, I made it 20 minutes a day. And the more I enjoyed it, an hour a day. And if I had to find the time, I had to go 2 or 3 hours a day. Because it's once you just really just let your mind rest at the center of your body, you come to a place where you just want to stay. You want to savor the experience. And it's so wonderful. So what happens is that when you apply this, right, and you practice this, right, the problems are still there. But then all of a sudden through your meditation, solutions, resolution, answers come out of your meditation.
Very easy like that.
Oh, yes, and people that are calling you saying, I hate you, saying, how are you doing? I miss you.
It's great.
She was saying, you know, like, okay, I got a phone call from my former wife, you know, and she called me one day, and she used to call me and just say, you know, just things like this, you know, blah, 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 bye, you know. She called one day and she said, I understand that you have a new piece about you. She said, I'm sorry I couldn't appreciate you when we were together. And she said, have a nice day. You know, I said, well, thank you. That was nice.
That's a great thing to hear
Out
from
of
people that you
meditation.
never expected.
Yes. Before meditation, before I was practicing meditation, she would call and say things that would just leave me like, oh. You know, but it's through meditation. Honestly, the answer is inside of you. It's inside of all of us. But the key is meditation.
The key is meditation. The answer is in everybody's, right? Inside everybody.
That's what makes this so wonderful. It's not just for one group. Mm-hmm. It's not for just Buddhists. Mm-hmm. It's not for just Christians. It's for everyone. Mm-hmm. It's for everyone. When I was recently at the Dhammakaya Temple, Param Thani, Thailand, I was asked this question by Long Paul. May I ask you this one thing? Do you really want world peace? Only if you will believe it will come true. We have spoken a million words, but after all the words we've heard, still no change will come until this we do. Gently close your eyes and see the sun inside the center of your body, shining clear and bright. If this dream is your desire, let meditation bring you higher. If you really want world peace, it will come true for me and you. Regardless of your race, what country you're from, what religion or your age, this peace is available for you. All you have to do is to look inside. Gently close your eyes and see the sun inside the center of your body, shining clear and bright. If this dream is your desire, let meditation bring you higher. If you really
It's did very interesting interview sessions, and we will continue again next week. I hope you enjoyed the program. Your comments and questions are most welcome and can be sent it to us at meditationforall@gmail.com. Goodbye for now. Enjoy your meditation. สวัสดีค่ะ